I just seemed to be young and stupid because I got so many. They frightened me so many times. You've got no idea, and uh, you sort of find out about yourself. And I thought all I can remember with myself was that I was determined not to let them know I was frightened. And so scared them. I didn't want them to see, so I did some stupid things. But when I say some stupid things, probably 3 times I went in the second time. Well, the one I've written about, I went in 3 times. But, and of course, this is where I was able to, well, as I say, kill a lot of chaps because they didn't expect me back. They knew that that's the way we operated, just went in once. But really, what I've written about on the 12th, there was only 2 of us, the flight commander, Ken and myself, and he went in, dropped his bombs, and we discussed which way we're going to break away. It was to starboard actually at the time, and he dropped his bombs, one right in the middle of the airstrip and one just at the side. As I say, I gave it 9 out of 10, but because he'd been a bit crabby with me, I was determined to do better, and we were to drop the bombs at the height of 6,000 feet. So we came in vertically, and if you had everything trimmed right, you're damn accurate with your bombing. But it was always a bit tough with some flak coming up to concentrate. But anyhow, Ken dropped his bombs and he disappeared, quick smart, which was what he should do because there were plenty of guns firing at him, and there would have been. But with me, I went in, and there'd been one gun right alongside the strip, more or less out in the open. But they didn't fire at him because they knew that I'd be coming in second. And I went down below 5,000, dropped my bombs, and right at the intersection of the, I said it was perfect bombing. I was tickled pink with myself. But at the same time as I dropped the bomb, they start firing me, and there were traces coming flying everywhere, and I automatically, everything I do was always to port. Now, it sounds silly, but it's so much easier to bring your hands together than to set them apart. I always went to port, and of course I went the wrong way. Instead of I went to port, which was going over the township at the time. But the point was that I was going so fast, I was out of kilter, I couldn't get a chance to have a shot at the gun that was out more or less, say, in the open. So that was good, because I encountered flak before, but they were all concealed guns, and this time I got this gun that I could see had some flimsy stuff around it, but it was quite easy to see, really. But anyhow, I did this slow turn round. I was determined to come in and get the gun. At the same time, I called out to Ken. So I knew where they were. Yeah, so stupid. I said, I know where the bastards are, follow me in. And actually, Ken should have said to me, no, come, forget it, see, but he never said a word. That was the last time I ever flew with him, incidentally. I think I embarrassed him. But anyhow, I went round, and before I was trying to make sure that I knew the exact spot where the gun was. And fortunately, before I made my approach to the gun, right along the border, the one single gun that was there, I probably might have been 3 or 4 Japs there at the most, but it started firing at me. And, I was out of range. But it was beaut because I was able to, locate it easy. But as I was turning in to go in, all along the border, they start firing at me. I got the shock of my life. There were guns, there was traces, there was white smoke coming up, goodness knows what, because I've as I say, I've written all about it. I might have been 70 yards from the boundary or something, but everybody's firing at me. But I had to concentrate on the gun. They gave me a hell of a fright, and they knew that too. But they also thought they'd hit me because, Ken told me later on, I'd left the mixture in fully rich and there was black smoke tearing out the... But anyhow, I went in and it was like my 6 guns against the poor old 1 gun. But it was amazing. I'm pouring shells into it and it was still firing back at me for a second or two, but only for a short time. So, because I went on, and because I was so upset with these fellows all along the boundary, I thought, blow that. So I turned round. They had no protection there, and it was all kunai grass. So I turned round and came in again along the boundary at about 50 feet. And actually I saw quite a lot because there were quite a few trees before I got to the area, and with buildings in, amongst the trees. So I had a great time squirting, places left, right and centre. Then when I got near the kunai, I just raked on, as I say, I didn't see any of them, but they couldn't have moved. It was only kunai grass. So, I felt quite happy with myself because they'd given me such a fright and that.